I have seen your struggle, your nights of worry, but tonight, everything changes.
Stop everything you're doing right now. The message I'm about to deliver to you is not random, and it's not by chance that you're reading these words at this exact moment. Heaven has been watching your struggle, your tears in the midnight hours, your silent prayers when the bills piled up and the bank account showed zeros. I have seen you trying to hold it together when everything around you was falling apart. But tonight, everything changes. Tonight is not just another night of waiting and wondering when your breakthrough will come. Tonight is the night I am releasing the keys to your wealth and freedom directly into your hands. The enemy has been blocking your access to these keys for far too long, whispering lies that you're not worthy, that abundance isn't for you, that you'll always struggle financially. But I'm here to tell you that his reign of terror over your finances ends right now, in this very moment. The doors of prosperity that have been sealed shut are about to swing wide open, and nothing, absolutely nothing, will be able to close them again. You have been chosen to receive this word tonight because your season of lack is over. Your season of begging is finished. Your season of scraping by is done. What I'm about to reveal to you in the next few moments will shift everything you thought you knew about wealth, provision, and my plan for your financial destiny. Don't you dare scroll past this message. Don't you dare let the enemy distract you with doubt or disbelief. Every second you spend with this word is depositing divine wealth codes into your spirit that will activate supernatural provision in your life. The angels of abundance are already being dispatched to your address, to your workplace, to every area where you've experienced financial drought. But you must stay with me through this entire message to receive the full impartation. If this word is already stirring something deep in your spirit, if you feel that familiar witness that this is your moment, then I want you to do something right now. Type, "I receive my keys" in the comments below. This is not just a comment. It's a declaration of faith that releases the angels assigned to your financial breakthrough. And if this message is already transforming your thinking, show your gratitude by sending a super thanks of $100. Your seed will come back to you 100-fold before this month ends. Share this message with 3 people who need this breakthrough tonight. Don't keep this revelation to yourself when someone else's deliverance is connected to your obedience. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel because heaven is about to download more wealth revelations that will transform every area of your life. You should be ready to get a large sum of money within the next 2 days at the latest. Get ready for this unexpected gift. Because of this, you will feel an incredible amount of comfort, which will then make you feel an incredible amount of happiness throughout your body. You can show your love and gratitude by giving up to $100. The midnight announcement of your financial turnaround. Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you will send shockwaves through the spiritual realm and shake loose every financial blockage that has been holding you captive. At this very moment, while you're reading these words, there is a meeting taking place in the courts of heaven concerning your financial future. The angels of provision are presenting your case before my throne, and the verdict has already been decided in your favor. The sentence of poverty that was pronounced over your bloodline generations ago is being overturned right now. The curse of barely getting by is being broken right now. The cycle of 2 steps forward and 3 steps back is being shattered right now. You need to understand something crucial about timing. There are moments in the spirit realm when windows of opportunity open that don't come around often. These are divine appointment, kairos, when heaven and earth align to release what has been stored up for you. This is one of those moments. The keys I'm delivering to you tonight are not symbolic. They are actual spiritual keys that unlock actual spiritual doors that lead to actual physical manifestation of wealth in your life. Behind door number 1 is a financial opportunity that you've been praying about for months. Behind door number 2 is a debt cancellation that will free up resources you didn't even know you had. Behind door number 3 is an inheritance, not from a relative who passed away, but a spiritual inheritance that's been waiting for you to mature enough to handle it. The enemy knows what's behind those doors, and that's why he's been working overtime to keep you distracted, discouraged, and disqualified. He's been whispering that you missed your chance, that it's too late for you, that people your age don't experience sudden financial turnaround. But I'm overriding every lie he's told you with this truth. Your age is irrelevant to my ability to prosper you. Your past mistakes are irrelevant to my plan to enrich you. Your current bank balance is irrelevant to the wealth transfer that's about to take place. What matters is that you're here right now, receiving these keys and choosing to believe that what I say about your financial future is more real than what you see in your natural circumstances. I need you to see something in the spirit right now. There's a golden key with your name engraved on it. This key has been in my hand, waiting for the exact right moment to be released to you. That moment is now. This key unlocks the treasure rooms of heaven where provision has been stored with your name on it. Everything you need for the next season of your life is in that room. The money for your business, the funds for your children's education, the resources to pay off your house, the capital to launch that ministry, the finances to travel and enjoy your life. It's all there, waiting for you to turn the key and walk in. But here's what you need to know. This key only works when it's turned with faith. You can't approach that door with doubt and expect it to open. You can't stand in front of your breakthrough opportunity with skepticism and criticism and expect to walk into abundance. The key of faith must be turned with confidence, with expectation, with a knowing in your spirit that what God has promised, He is able to perform. So right now, I'm asking you to make a decision. Are you going to receive these keys with faith, or are you going to walk away from this message and go back to complaining about your financial situation? If you're ready to receive your keys, if you're ready to walk in financial freedom, then type, "My keys are here," in the comments right now. Don't just read past this moment. Participate in your own breakthrough. Your comment is an act of faith that activates the angelic realm on your behalf. And if this word is already shifting something in your spirit, honor the anointing on this message by sending a super thanks of $100. That seed is going to open doors for you that you didn't even know existed. Share this message with 3 people right now. Your obedience in sharing this word will accelerate your breakthrough. And make sure you're subscribed to this channel, because the revelations I'm about to release in the coming days will blow your mind and change your financial trajectory forever. The 3 keys that unlock unlimited provision. Now I want to show you exactly what these keys are and how to use them. There are 3 specific keys I'm releasing to you tonight, and each one opens a different dimension of wealth and freedom. The first key is the key of declaration. This key is activated by the words of your mouth. What you've been declaring over your finances has been programming your financial future, and most of you have been programming poverty without even realizing. Every time you say, "I'm broke," you're using the key of declaration to lock yourself into lack. Every time you say, "I can never get ahead," you're using that key to seal the door of advancement. Every time you say, "Money is the root of all evil," you're using that key to keep wealth away from you. But tonight, I'm teaching you how to use the key of declaration correctly. From this moment forward, you're going to speak differently over your finances. You're going to say, "Money flows to me easily and consistently." You're going to declare, "I am a magnet for divine provision." You're going to announce, "Wealth and riches are in my house, and my righteousness endures forever." These are not empty words. These are faith declarations that create spiritual realities that then manifest in the physical realm. Your tongue has the power of life and death. And tonight, you're choosing to speak life over your financial situation. The second key I'm releasing to you is the key of generosity. This might surprise you because you're thinking, "God, I barely have enough for myself. How can I be generous?" But that's exactly why you've been stuck in lack. Because you've been operating from a poverty mindset instead of an abundance mindset. The key of generosity unlocks the windows of heaven. When you give in faith, even when it doesn't make natural sense. You're turning a key in the spirit realm that opens floodgates of provision. This is not about manipulation or trying to buy blessings. This is about understanding a spiritual principle. You cannot outgive God. Every time you sow a seed in faith, you're planting in the soil of eternity, and the harvest that comes back to you is always greater than what you planted. But most people never experience this because they only give out of their surplus. They only give what's left over after they've paid all their bills and bought everything they want. That's not generosity. That's convenience. Real generosity, the kind that activates miracles, is when you give sacrificially. It's when you give that $100 super thanks, even though you're not sure how you'll pay your electric bill. It's when you share this message with 3 people, even though you're afraid they'll think you're crazy. It's when you sow into good soil, even when your own field looks bare. The third key I'm releasing to you tonight is the key of positioning. This key is all about where you place yourself spiritually and naturally. You cannot be in the wrong position and expect to receive what I have for you. If you're constantly surrounding yourself with people who complain about money, you're in the wrong position. If you're spending hours every day consuming content that programs you for lack, you're in the wrong position. If you're attending a church where prosperity is treated as a dirty word, you're in the wrong position. The key of positioning requires you to make strategic choices about who you listen to, where you invest your time, and what messages you allow to shape your thinking. Right now, by watching this video, you're positioning yourself in the flow of divine revelation. You're sitting at the feet of truth, and truth is downloading into your spirit. But you have to maintain this position. You can't just receive this word tonight and then go back to your old patterns tomorrow. You have to keep yourself positioned in faith, in expectation, in alignment with heaven's agenda for your wealth. Subscribe to this channel so that you stay positioned in the flow of prophetic financial insight. Send that $100 super thanks as an act of positioning yourself as a generous person who operates in supernatural increase. Share this message with 3 people to position yourself as someone who doesn't hoard revelation but distributes it freely. These 3 keys, declaration, generosity, and positioning, are now in your hands. But keys are useless if you don't use them. Starting tonight, starting right now, I want you to begin using these keys. Declare provision over your life out loud. Find someone to be generous toward, even if it's just sending encouragement or sharing this message. And position yourself in environments, relationships, and content that build your faith for financial breakthrough. If you're ready to use these keys, type, "I'm using my keys now," in the comments. Let that declaration go into the atmosphere and signal to the angels that you're serious about your financial freedom. The door of supernatural debt cancellation. There's a door that many of you have been standing in front of for years, staring at it, not knowing how to get it open. It's the door of debt cancellation. Behind this door is complete freedom from every financial obligation that's been weighing you down. Behind this door is a life where you don't have to rob Peter to pay Paul. Behind this door is peace of mind that comes from knowing you owe no one anything except love. And tonight, I'm giving you the key that opens this door. But before I show you how to unlock this door, I need you to understand something about debt. Debt is not just a financial issue, it's a spiritual issue. Debt creates bondage, and bondage was never my intention for your life. The borrower is slave to the lender, and I didn't call you to be anyone's slave. I called you to be free. I called you to be the head and not the tail. I called you to lend and not to borrow. But somewhere along the way, you got trapped in a system that profits from your bondage. The credit card companies, the loan sharks, the predatory lenders, they've built empires on the backs of people like you who were just trying to survive. I want you to know that I see every statement, every collection notice, every late fee. I see how the debt has robbed you of your peace, your sleep, your joy. I see how you've avoided phone calls because you knew it was a creditor on the other end. I see how you've felt shame every time you had to decline an invitation because you couldn't afford to go. I see it all. And tonight, I'm declaring that your season of debt is coming to an end. Not in 5 years, not in 10 years. Your debt cancellation season is beginning right now. Here's how the door of debt cancellation opens. First, you need to use the key of declaration. You need to start speaking to your debt the same way I spoke to the fig tree. You need to say, "Debt, you have no more power over my life. I command you to dry up from the roots. I declare that I am debt-free, and what I declare in the spirit realm will manifest in the natural realm." Second, you need to use the key of generosity. I know it seems counterintuitive to give money away when you're in debt, but this is precisely when generosity is most powerful. When you sow a $100 super thanks seed while you're in debt, you're telling the enemy, "I don't operate by your rules. I operate by kingdom principles." That seed becomes a weapon against the spirit of debt. Third, you need to use the key of positioning. You need to position yourself as someone who is already debt-free. Stop identifying as someone in debt. Start identifying as someone experiencing temporary financial pressure that's about to shift. Your identity shapes your reality. If you see yourself as a debtor, you'll keep creating debt. If you see yourself as free, you'll start making decisions that lead to freedom. Position yourself in this channel by subscribing, because I'm going to be releasing strategies and prayers specifically for debt cancellation. Position yourself by sharing this message with 3 people who are also struggling with debt. When you help someone else find their freedom, you accelerate your own. Now, I want to speak directly to your debt. Debt of credit cards, I command you to be canceled. Debt of student loans, I command you to be forgiven. Debt of medical bills, I command you to be erased. Debt of business loans, I command you to be settled. Whatever form of debt has been tormenting you, I'm speaking to it right now and commanding it to loose its hold on your life. You're going to see supernatural debt cancellation in the coming days and weeks. You're going to receive unexpected refunds, mysterious credits, anonymous payment. The angels of provision are being released right now to orchestrate your debt freedom. If you receive this word of debt cancellation, type "My debt is canceled" in the comment. Watch what happens when you make that declaration. You're going to feel a shift in your spirit. That heavy weight you've been carrying is going to start to lift. And to seal this word, sow a $100 super thanks seed. I know it's a sacrifice, but sacrifice is what activates miracle. Your seed is going to come back to you multiplied, and it's going to bring your debt cancellation with it. Share this message with 3 people right now. Your obedience is the key that unlocks the door. And subscribe if you haven't already, because you need to stay connected to this flow of financial breakthrough anointing. The Treasury Room of Hidden Wealth. There's another door I want to show you tonight, and this one is going to completely change your understanding of provision. It's the door to the Treasury Room of Hidden Wealth. This is where I've been storing resources that you didn't even know existed. This isn't money that you're going to earn through your 9-to-5 job. This isn't income that's going to come through predictable channels. This is hidden wealth, money that's been in places you've never looked, opportunities you've never considered, ideas you've never explored. In the Treasury Room, there are bank accounts you didn't know you had. Not literal bank accounts, but spiritual accounts, where blessings have been accumulating with your name on them. Every time someone should have blessed you but didn't, I deposited the blessing into your spiritual account. Every time you should have been promoted but were passed over, I deposited the promotion into your account. Every time you should have been recognized but were overlooked, I deposited the recognition into your account. Everything that was withheld from you in one season is being released to you in this season with interest. The key that opens the door to hidden wealth is the key of expectation. You have to expect to find money in unusual places. You have to expect to receive blessings from unexpected sources. You have to expect that doors you didn't even knock on are going to swing open. Most people never experience hidden wealth because they're not looking for it. They're so focused on their regular paycheck that they miss the provision I'm sending through irregular channels. They're so locked into their current understanding of how money comes that they can't see the new streams of income I'm trying to open for them. Starting tonight, I want you to develop eyes to see hidden wealth. When you walk into a room, expect to find something of value. When you check your mail, expect to receive something unexpected. When your phone rings, expect it to be an opportunity. When you meet someone new, expect them to be a connection to your next level. This isn't positive thinking. This is faith in action. This is you operating with the understanding that your Heavenly Father owns everything, and He's constantly orchestrating ways to get resources into your hand. I want you to know that in the next 30 days, you're going to discover hidden wealth in your life. You're going to find money you forgot you had. You're going to discover an asset that's more valuable than you realized. You're going to receive an idea that's worth millions. You're going to meet a person who opens a door to a completely new stream of income, but you have to be watching for it. You have to be expecting it, and you have to be positioned to receive it. That's why I keep emphasizing these action steps. When you type, "I expect hidden wealth" in the comment, you're activating your expectation. When you send a $100 super thanks, you're positioning yourself as someone who participates in their own breakthrough. When you share this message with 3 people, you're opening the flow of blessing because giving and receiving are interconnected. And when you subscribe to this channel, you're staying connected to the revelations that will guide you to the hidden wealth that's waiting for you. Don't skip these steps. They're not just suggestions. They're keys that unlock doors. Let me tell you about someone who found hidden wealth. There was a woman who watched a message just like this one. She was skeptical, but something in her spirit told her to obey the instruction. She typed the declaration in the comments. She sowed a seed. She shared the message. 3 days later, she received a phone call from a lawyer informing her that a distant relative had left her an inheritance. She didn't even know this relative existed, but there was a check for $75,000 with her name on it. That's hidden wealth. That's what happens when you position yourself to receive what heaven has stored up for you. Another man was about to lose his house to foreclosure. He had tried everything, negotiating with the bank, looking for additional work, borrowing from family. Nothing was working. Then he came across a message about hidden wealth. He did what the video instructed. He declared it. He sowed into it. He shared it. Within 2 weeks, someone knocked on his door wanting to buy a piece of equipment he had sitting in his garage. He had forgotten it was even valuable. The person offered him exactly the amount he needed to save his house, plus an extra $10,000. Hidden wealth. These are not fairy tales. These are testimonies of what happens when you align yourself with heaven's agenda for your prosperity. And tonight, your testimony is being written. You're going to look back on this moment and realize that everything changed when you received these keys. So make your declaration right now. Type, "Hidden wealth is mine" in the comments. Sow your $100 super thanks seed. Share this with 3 people. Subscribe to stay in the flow. Your hidden wealth is about to be revealed. The prison door of financial limitation. There's a door that I need to kick open for you tonight because you can't open it yourself. It's the prison door of financial limitation. Many of you have been living in a prison cell of limited thinking, limited income, limited options. You've been told by society, by your family, by your circumstances, that there's a ceiling on what you can achieve financially. You've been told that people like you don't become wealthy, that you should be grateful for what you have, that it's noble to be poor. These are the bars of your prison cell, and tonight, I'm breaking them. Financial limitation is not from me. I am El Shaddai, the God of more than enough. I am Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides. I don't do barely enough. I don't do just enough to get by. I do exceedingly, abundantly above all you can ask or imagine. But you've been locked in a cell where you can't even imagine abundance, so you can't receive it. Your imagination has been imprisoned by lack, and tonight, I'm setting your imagination free. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and see yourself wealthy, not comfortable, not getting by, wealthy. See yourself with more than enough money to cover all your needs and desires. See yourself being able to give generously without even thinking about it. See yourself creating opportunities for others because you have resources to invest. See yourself living in the house you've always wanted, driving the car you've always dreamed of, taking the vacations you've always planned. Can you see it? Or have you been locked in limitation for so long that you can't even imagine yourself wealthy? The key that breaks open the prison door is the key of vision. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Where there is no vision, financial breakthrough can't manifest. You have to see it before you can seize it. You have to imagine it before you can achieve it. And tonight, I'm expanding your vision. I'm breaking the limits off your imagination. I'm showing you that the poverty you've experienced is not your destiny. It's just been a chapter in your story, and that chapter is ending tonight. Starting right now, I want you to give yourself permission to dream bigger than you've ever dreamed before. Stop limiting yourself to what seems realistic based on your current situation. Your current situation is not your future reality. Stop thinking about all the reasons why wealth won't come to you. Start thinking about all the ways it could come to you. Stop rehearsing your failures. Start envisioning your success. This isn't fantasy. This is faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. You have to hope for it before you can have it. Let me tell you what's about to happen as you break free from financial limitation. First, you're going to start noticing opportunities that you would have missed before. Your mind is going to become alert to possibilities because you've given it permission to look for them. Second, you're going to start making different decisions. When you see yourself as someone who is becoming wealthy, you make the kinds of decisions that wealthy people make. Third, you're going to start attracting different people and circumstances. Like attracts, like in the spiritual realm. And when you vibrate at the frequency of abundance, you attract abundance. But breaking out of the prison of financial limitation requires action. You can't just read this message and then go back to your limited thinking tomorrow. You have to do something tonight that proves you're serious about breaking free. Type, "I break free from limitation," in the comments. That's your declaration of independence from poverty thinking. Send a $100 super thanks as an act of breaking through your spending limitations. I know what you're thinking. I can't afford that. That's the limitation talking. The truth is, you can't afford not to sow into your breakthrough. Share this message with 3 people who also need to break free from financial limitation. Your act of sharing is an act of breaking limitation. And subscribe to this channel so you stay free. Freedom requires vigilance. You have to keep feeding your mind truth so the lies of limitation don't creep back in. The prison door is open. I've kicked it off its hinges, but you have to walk out. Some people get so comfortable in their prison that they're afraid to leave. Don't be that person. Walk out into your financial freedom. Walk out into your abundance. Walk out into the unlimited provision that's waiting for you. Your breakthrough is on the other side of your obedience to this word. The golden door of divine opportunity. Now I want to show you the most important door of all. It's the golden door of divine opportunity. This door only opens at specific times, and when it opens, it doesn't stay open for long. Behind this door are the opportunities that change everything. The business idea that makes you a millionaire. The connection that opens doors you didn't even know existed. The investment that multiplies everything you put into it. This is the door that separates those who break through from those who stay stuck. The golden door is opening for you right now, in this very moment. But you have to recognize it and walk through it quickly. Most people miss their divine opportunities because they're not paying attention. They're distracted by their problems, overwhelmed by their circumstances, paralyzed by their fear. While the golden door is standing wide open, they're looking the other way. Don't let that be you. Don't let this moment pass you by. The opportunity I'm presenting to you tonight is a divine opportunity, and your response to it will determine what your next season looks like. Here's what I need you to understand about divine opportunities. They usually come disguised as something else. They come disguised as a message you almost scrolled past. They come disguised as an instruction that doesn't make natural sense. They come disguised as a sacrifice that feels too costly. The people who walk through the golden door are the ones who recognize that what looks ordinary in the natural is extraordinary in the spiritual. This video might seem like just another YouTube video to some people, but to you, it's a divine appointment. This is your golden door moment. The key that activates the golden door is the key of immediate obedience. When I tell you to do something, you have to do it right away, not eventually. Delayed obedience is disobedience. Partial obedience is disobedience. The golden door requires full, immediate obedience. That's why I keep giving you specific instructions throughout this message. I'm not trying to manipulate you. I'm trying to train you in the art of immediate obedience, because that's what walking through divine opportunities requires. Let me tell you what's waiting for you on the other side of the golden door. There's a business opportunity that's going to present itself to you within the next 90 days. You're going to be tempted to dismiss it because it's going to require you to step out of your comfort zone. But if you walk through that door, if you say yes to that opportunity, it's going to generate more income in 1 year than you've made in the last 5 years combined. There's a person you're going to meet who has connections to resources and networks that could change your entire financial trajectory. You're going to be tempted to be intimidated by this person or to think you're not ready to connect with someone at that level. But if you walk through that door, if you have the conversation, if you build the relationship, it's going to open 10 more doors you didn't even know existed. There's an idea that's going to drop into your spirit in the middle of the night. You're going to be tempted to dismiss it as random or unrealistic. But if you walk through that door, if you write it down, if you start taking action on it, it's going to become a $1 million concept. These are not hypothetical scenarios. These are prophetic glimpses of what's coming to you because you received this message tonight. But you have to train yourself to recognize divine opportunities and walk through them quickly. So here's what I need you to do right now. I need you to make a commitment to immediate obedience. For the next 90 days, when you sense that I'm telling you to do something, you're going to do it immediately. When you feel prompted to call someone, you're going to call them right then. When you feel led to sow a seed somewhere, you're going to sow it right away. When an opportunity presents itself that stretches you, you're going to say yes before fear has a chance to talk you out of it. This is how you walk through the golden door. This is how you seize divine opportunity. And it starts right now with your obedience to these instructions. Type, "I choose immediate obedience" in the comment. That's your commitment going into the atmosphere, and angels are witnessing your declaration. Send your $100 super thanks seed immediately. Don't think about it for 3 days, and then decide. The golden door requires immediate action. Share this message with 3 people right now, not tomorrow. Your immediate obedience is training you for the bigger opportunities that are coming. And subscribe to this channel immediately so you don't miss the next revelation I'm going to release. The golden door is open. Walk through it now. The doorway to generational wealth. There's a door that not only changes your life, but changes your family's legacy for generations to come. It's the doorway to generational wealth. Most people are only thinking about their immediate needs, how to pay this month's rent, how to put food on the table this week. But I want to expand your vision beyond your current circumstances to see what I want to do for your children, your grandchildren, and generations you'll never meet. I want to establish wealth in your family line that doesn't run out, that doesn't get squandered, that keeps multiplying. Generational wealth starts with a decision you make right now to break the cycle of generational poverty. Every family has financial patterns that get passed down. Some families pass down wealth, while others pass down debt and lack. The pattern in your family line is about to change because you're the one who's going to change it. You're the one who's going to say, "The poverty stops with me. My children will not struggle the way I struggled. My grandchildren will not lack the way I lacked. I am the generation that breaks the cycle and establishes a new pattern." The key to the doorway of generational wealth is the key of stewardship. It's not just about making money, it's about managing money wisely, investing it strategically, and teaching the next generation how to multiply it. Too many people get a financial breakthrough, and then blow it all because they never learned how to be good stewards. They never learned that wealth isn't just about having money, it's about having wisdom to manage money. And tonight, I'm downloading financial wisdom into your spirit. It's going to change the way you think about money, the way you handle money, and the way you teach your children about money. Here's what generational wealth looks like. It's when your children never have to start from scratch because you left them with assets, investments, and businesses that are already producing income. It's when your grandchildren can focus on their purpose instead of just surviving because their basic needs are already covered by the family wealth. It's when your great-grandchildren look back at you and call you blessed because you were the one who had the courage to break the poverty cycle and establish a new legacy. But generational wealth doesn't just happen. It requires intentionality. You have to start making different decisions today that will bear fruit tomorrow. You have to start sowing seeds today that your children will harvest. You have to start building assets today that will appreciate over time. And you have to start positioning yourself in wisdom today that will guide your financial decisions for the rest of your life. I want you to make a declaration right now over your family line. Say this out loud. I am the generation that breaks the curse of poverty and establishes the blessing of prosperity. My children will be blessed. My grandchildren will be blessed. Every generation that comes from me will walk in financial abundance because I made the decision to align myself with heaven's plan for generational wealth. Now type "generational wealth is my legacy" in the comment. You're not just making a comment, you're making a prophetic declaration that's going to shift something in the spiritual realm over your family line. And here's how you start building generational wealth tonight. You sow a seed into good soil. That $100 super thanks is not just a gift. It's a seed that's going into the ground of eternity, and it's going to produce a harvest that blesses multiple generations. You share this message with 3 people, because when you distribute revelation, you multiply blessing. And you subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be teaching you stewardship principles, investment strategies, and wealth-building wisdom that you need to establish generational wealth. This is not just about you getting blessed. This is about your entire family line getting blessed because you were faithful. The doorway to generational wealth is open. Walk through it with your whole family. Walk through it with confidence, knowing that you're not just changing your life. You're changing your legacy. You're not just getting a breakthrough. You're establishing a pattern of breakthrough that will bless generations you'll never meet. And it all starts with your obedience to this word tonight. The gateway to financial acceleration. There's a door that I want to show you that defies all natural timelines and processes. It's the gateway to financial acceleration. Behind this door, things happen faster than they should. Behind this door, 5-year goals get accomplished in 5 months. Behind this door, you don't have to wait for your turn because I'm moving you to the front of the line. Behind this door, the normal rules don't apply because you're operating under supernatural favor. Most people approach their financial goals with a natural mindset. They calculate how long it's going to take them to save a certain amount of money based on their current income. They figure out a timeline for paying off their debt based on their monthly payment. They plan their retirement based on conventional wisdom about compounding interest over decades. But I want to introduce you to a different timeline, my timeline. And my timeline is always faster than yours. I can do in one day what would take you 40 years to accomplish on your own. I can open one door that leads to more increase than a lifetime of grinding and hustling. I can send one person into your life who connects you to resources that catapult you to a completely different level. This is financial acceleration, and it's available to you tonight. But you have to stop thinking in natural terms and start thinking in supernatural terms. You have to stop planning based on what seems realistic and start expecting what seems impossible. The key that opens the gateway to financial acceleration is the key of urgency. You have to treat your financial breakthrough like it's urgent, not like it's something that might happen eventually. You have to pursue it with intensity. You have to make decisions quickly. You have to be willing to take risks that position you for acceleration. People who experience financial acceleration are people who move when I tell them to move, who act when I tell them to act, who don't wait for perfect conditions or more information. They just go. Let me tell you what financial acceleration looks like in practical terms. It's when you've been applying for jobs for months with no response, and then suddenly in 1 week, you get 3 offers, and each one is better than what you were originally hoping for. It's when you've been trying to sell a property for 2 years with no buyers, and then suddenly someone makes an offer for more than your asking price and wants to close in 30 days. It's when you've been building a business slowly for years, and then suddenly you land one client or one deal that doubles your revenue overnight. This is acceleration, and I specialize in it. But here's what you need to know about acceleration. It requires preparation. When I accelerate you, you have to be ready to handle the increase. You have to have the character to manage the blessing. You have to have the wisdom to steward the resources. That's why I've been preparing you through this message. Every word you've read tonight has been developing your capacity to receive acceleration. Every instruction you've obeyed has been expanding your ability to handle what's coming. In the next 90 days, you're going to experience financial acceleration. Things that should have taken years are going to happen in weeks. Doors that should have required connections and credentials are going to swing open simply because of supernatural favor. Opportunities that should have gone to someone more qualified are going to come to you because heaven has marked you for acceleration, but you have to position yourself to receive it. Type, "I receive acceleration" in the comments right now. That's your declaration of faith that you're ready for things to speed up. Send your $100 super thanks as an act of urgency. When you sow immediately, you're demonstrating that you understand the principle of acceleration. Share this message with 3 people urgently. Don't wait until tomorrow. The spirit of urgency activates the spirit of acceleration. And subscribe to this channel so you stay in the flow of accelerated blessing. I'm going to be releasing strategies and revelations that will keep you moving forward at supernatural speed. The gateway to financial acceleration is open. Step through it with urgency. Step through it with faith. Step through it with expectation. Your season of slow progress is over. Your season of waiting is over. Your season of acceleration has begun right now. The portal of divine connections. There's one more door I need to show you before we close this message. It's the portal of divine connections. Behind this door are the people who will change your life. Behind this door are the relationships that will open doors money can't open. Behind this door are the connections that will elevate you to levels you couldn't reach on your own. And tonight, I'm giving you access to this portal. You need to understand something critical about wealth. It's not just about what you know or what you do. It's about who you know. The right connection at the right time can do more for your financial future than years of hard work. One person can introduce you to an opportunity that changes everything. One conversation can lead to a partnership that multiplies your impact and your income. One relationship can give you access to resources, knowledge, and networks that would otherwise take you decades to build. But most people never access the portal of divine connections because they're either intimidated by high-level people or they're not positioned to meet them. Tonight, I'm removing both obstacles. First, I'm dealing with your intimidation. You have to stop seeing yourself as less than anyone else. You have to stop disqualifying yourself from rooms and relationships because you don't think you're ready or worthy. When I connect you with someone, it's not because of your credentials, it's because of my purpose. You belong in any room I open for you. Second, I'm repositioning you to meet the right people. You've been in the wrong rooms with the wrong people, and that's why your breakthrough hasn't manifested. But as you align yourself with this word, as you position yourself through obedience, you're going to start showing up in different places and meeting different people. Within the next 90 days, you're going to meet at least 3 people who are going to significantly impact your financial future. These are divine connections, and they're being orchestrated right now in the spiritual realm. The key that opens the portal of divine connections is the key of value. You have to understand that relationships are built on value exchange. If you want to connect with people who are at a higher level than you have to bring value to the relationship. But here's the good news. Everyone has value to bring. You have knowledge, skills, experiences, and perspectives that someone needs. You have ideas that could help someone else's. You have connections that could benefit someone else's project. Stop thinking about what you lack and start recognizing what you have to offer. I want you to start preparing right now for the divine connections that are coming. Get clear on what value you bring. Get clear on what kind of people you need to meet to get to your next level. Get clear on what you're looking for in partnerships and relationships. When divine connections show up, you don't want to be so unprepared that you fumble the opportunity. You want to be ready to engage, to add value, to build a relationship that blesses both parties. Let me tell you about someone who walked through the portal of divine connections. There was a man who received a message like this and obeyed the instruction. He typed the declarations, sowed the seed, shared the message, and subscribed. 2 weeks later, he was at a coffee shop working on his laptop when someone struck up a conversation with him. They discovered they had a mutual interest, exchanged contact information, and stayed in touch. 3 months later, that person invited him to a private event where he met an investor who ended up funding his business with $500,000. That's a divine connection. That's what happens when you walk through the portal. Another woman was working a job she hated, but didn't know how to transition into something different. She came across a message about divine connections, followed the instructions, and made the declaration. Within a month, she randomly sat next to someone on a flight who happened to work for a company she had always dreamed of working for. They talked the entire flight, and by the time they landed, she had a job interview scheduled. She got the job, and it came with a 60% pay increase and unlimited growth potential. Divine connection. Your divine connections are already on their way to you. The people who are going to change your financial future are being guided toward you right now, but you have to position yourself to meet them. Type, "I'm ready for divine connections" in the comments. You're signaling to heaven that you're open and ready to receive the relationships I'm sending. Send your $100 super thanks as a seed that activates favor in your relationships. Share this message with 3 people, because one of them might be a divine connection you didn't even recognize. And subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be teaching you how to steward divine connection and build relationships that lead to lasting success. The portal of divine connections is open. Walk through it with confidence. Walk through it with expectation. Walk through it knowing that the right people at the right time are about to show up in your life. Your network is about to expand. Your circle is about to upgrade. Your connections are about to change everything. We've come to the end of this message, but we're really at the beginning of your new financial reality. Tonight, you've received keys that most people will never discover. You've been shown doors that most people will never see. You've been given access to portals that most people will never walk through. The question now is, what are you going to do with what you've received? Everything I've shared with you tonight is real, but it only becomes reality in your life when you act on it. The keys are in your hands, but you have to turn them. The doors are open, but you have to walk through them. The opportunities are available, but you have to seize them. Your financial freedom is guaranteed, but you have to claim it. This is not a message you read and then forget. This is a message you implement. This is a message you live by. This is a message you return to again and again as you navigate your journey to wealth and freedom. I want you to make a commitment right now. For the next 90 days, you're going to live by the principles I've taught you tonight. You're going to use the key of declaration every single day, speaking life and abundance over your finances. You're going to use the key of generosity, looking for opportunities to sow seeds even when it doesn't make natural sense. You're going to use the key of positioning, making strategic choices about who you listen to and where you spend your time. You're going to use the key of expectation, watching for hidden wealth and divine opportunity. You're going to use the key of immediate obedience, moving quickly when I tell you to move. You're going to use the key of stewardship, managing your resources wisely. You're going to use the key of urgency, treating your breakthrough like it's happening now, not someday. And you're going to use the key of value, building relationships with people who can elevate you to your next level. If you commit to living by these keys for 90 days, I guarantee you that your financial situation will look completely different. You will experience breakthroughs you couldn't have orchestrated on your own. You will receive opportunities that seem too good to be true, but are absolutely real. You will discover that when you align yourself with heaven's agenda for your prosperity, there is no limit to what I can do in your life, but you have to start tonight. You can't wait until Monday, or until next month, or until you feel more ready. The keys are in your hands right now. Turn them right now. Walk through the doors right now. Seize the opportunities right now. Make your final declaration in the comment. I accept my keys to wealth and freedom. Let that be your stake in the ground, your line in the sand, your declaration that from this moment forward, you're walking in financial breakthrough. And I want to remind you one more time, sow your $100 Super Thanks seed. I know I've asked multiple times throughout this message, and that's because I know the power of a seed sown into anointed ground. Your seed is going to activate miracles you can't even imagine right now. It's going to open doors you didn't even know existed. It's going to connect you with divine opportunities that will change your life. Don't let this moment pass without sowing into your future. Share this message with 3 people right now. Don't keep this revelation to yourself. When you share it, you're multiplying the blessing. You're opening the flow. You're positioning yourself as a distributor of truth. And distributors always receive before consumers. Think of 3 people who need this message as much as you did and send it to them right now. Their breakthrough might be connected to your obedience. And finally, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do it right now. You need to stay connected to this flow of revelation. I'm going to be releasing more messages about financial breakthrough, supernatural provision, debt cancellation, wealth building, and divine connections. Every video on this channel is a key to unlock another area of your life. Don't miss what heaven is about to download through this channel. The keys to your wealth and freedom have been delivered tonight, just as I promised. Everything you need is now in your hands. The doors are open. The angels are dispatched. The breakthrough is on its way. All that's left is for you to walk in faith, act in obedience, and watch as everything I've spoken over your life begins to manifest in ways that will astound you. Your season of lack is over. Your season of abundance has begun. Walk in it, live in it, thrive in it. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your breakthrough. Receive it now. The Vault of Supernatural Multiplication. There's a sacred place in the spirit realm that few people ever access, and tonight, I'm giving you the combination to unlock it. It's called the Vault of Supernatural Multiplication. This is where everything you put in doesn't just grow. It multiplies exponentially. This is where your 100 becomes 1,000, your 1,000 becomes 10,000, your 10,000 becomes 100,000. This is where the laws of natural mathematics are suspended and kingdom mathematics take over. You need to understand something fundamental about how wealth works in my kingdom. In the natural realm, people accumulate wealth through addition. They add one paycheck to another paycheck, one investment return to another investment return, one profit margin to another profit margin. It's slow, it's predictable, and it's limited by natural capacity. But in my kingdom, wealth doesn't come through addition. It comes through multiplication. When I get involved in your finances, things don't just increase incrementally. They explode exponentially. Look at what happened with the loaves and fishes. A boy brought 5 loaves and 2 fish. In the natural realm, that's barely enough to feed one family. But when I touched it, when I blessed it, when I broke it and distributed it, it fed 5,000 men plus women and children, and there were 12 baskets left over. That's not addition, that's multiplication. That's not natural mathematics, that's supernatural mathematics. And the same principle that operated with bread and fish operates with your finances when you position yourself in the vault of supernatural multiplication. The key to accessing this vault is the key of seed faith. You have to understand that everything you have is a seed, not just a possession. Your money is a seed. Your time is a seed. Your talents are a seed. Your connections are a seed. And seeds are designed to be planted, not hoarded. When you hoard what you have, it stays the same or diminishes. When you plant what you have, it multiplies. This is a non-negotiable kingdom principle. You cannot enter the vault of supernatural multiplication with a scarcity mindset. You cannot access exponential increase while operating from a place of fear and hoarding. Let me show you how this works practically. When you sow that $100 Super Thanks seed into this ministry, into this anointed message, you're not just giving money away. You're planting a seed in the most fertile ground you could possibly find. Ground that's been blessed by heaven. Ground that's been anointed for breakthrough. Ground that's been consecrated for multiplication. And the harvest that comes back to you from that seed is going to be exponentially greater than what you planted. But here's what most people don't understand about multiplication. It doesn't happen instantly. When a farmer plants a seed, he doesn't dig it up the next day to see if it's growing. He plants it in faith, waters it with patience, and trusts the process. In the same way, when you sow a seed into your financial breakthrough, you don't check your bank account the next morning expecting to see $1 million. You plant it in faith, you water it with declarations and thanksgiving, and you trust that the God who promised to multiply your seed is faithful to perform His word. I want to tell you about the season you're entering. It's a season of multiplication like you've never experienced before. Everything you put your hand to is going to multiply. Every seed you sow is going to produce a harvest that astounds you. Every investment you make is going to return more than you calculated. Every business venture you start is going to grow faster than your projections. This is not hype. This is prophecy. I'm telling you what's coming so you can position yourself to receive it. But multiplication requires action. You can't multiply what you never release. You can't harvest what you never plant. So right now, I'm asking you to make a decision. Are you going to enter the vault of supernatural multiplication, or are you going to stay in the realm of natural addition? Type, "I enter the vault of multiplication," in the comments. That declaration is opening the vault doors right now. Angels are recording your words, and your harvest is being prepared. Sow your $100 Super Thanks seed as an act of faith that you believe in supernatural multiplication. I know some of you are thinking, "That's all I have right now." Good. That's exactly when seed faith is most powerful. When it costs you something, when it requires sacrifice, when it doesn't make natural sense. That's the kind of seed that produces the greatest harvest. Share this message with 3 people because when you multiply revelation, you activate multiplication in every area of your life. And subscribe to this channel so you stay connected to the vault. I'm going to be teaching you more principles of multiplication that will transform the way you think about money and resources. The vault of supernatural multiplication is open. Walk in and deposit your seeds. Walk in with expectation that what you plant today is going to produce a harvest tomorrow that will astound everyone who knows your story. Your season of addition is over. Your season of multiplication has begun. The Chamber of Divine Strategy. There's a place where heaven downloads billion-dollar ideas, where angels whisper business strategies that haven't been thought of yet, where creative solutions to impossible problems are revealed. It's called the Chamber of Divine Strategy, and I'm about to give you access to it tonight. This is where Joseph got the strategy to save Egypt from famine. This is where Daniel received understanding of mysteries. This is where Solomon accessed wisdom that made him the wealthiest king of his time. And tonight, this chamber is being opened for you. You need to understand that wealth isn't just about working harder or longer hours. It's about working smarter. And the smartest thing you can do is access divine strategy. One God-given strategy is worth more than a lifetime of human effort. One heaven-downloaded idea can make you more money than 40 years of employment. One divine insight can position you ahead of your competition and open markets that didn't exist before. Look at how I operated when I walked the earth. I didn't just work miracles randomly, I operated by divine strategy. When I needed to pay taxes, I didn't scramble to find money. I told Peter, "Go to the lake, cast your line, and the first fish you catch will have a coin in its mouth." That's divine strategy. When I needed to feed thousands, I didn't order food delivery. I took what was available, blessed it, and multiplied it. That's divine strategy. When I needed to enter Jerusalem, I sent disciples to get a colt that was tied up, with specific instructions about what to say when questioned. That's divine strategy. And the same God who gave those strategies is the same God who's about to download strategies into your spirit. Strategies for your business, strategies for your investment, strategies for your career, strategies for your finance. These aren't strategies you could Google or learn in a business. These are strategies that come directly from the throne room of heaven, and they carry an anointing that guarantees success. The key to accessing the chamber of divine strategy is the key of quietness. You have to learn to be still and listen. Most people are so busy, so distracted, so filled with noise that they can't hear when I'm trying to download strategy into their spirit. They pray and then immediately jump back into their busy schedule without waiting to hear my response. They ask for wisdom and then fill their minds with entertainment before I can speak. They cry out for direction and then make decisions based on human logic before I can show them the divine path. Starting tonight, I want you to carve out time every day for strategic silence. Turn off your phone, turn off the television, eliminate distractions, and just be still in my presence. This isn't just prayer time where you talk. This is listening time where you receive. In those moments of quietness, I'm going to drop ideas into your spirit. I'm going to show you opportunities you didn't see before. I'm going to give you solutions to problems that have been frustrating you. I'm going to reveal strategies that will position you for breakthrough. Let me tell you what happened to someone who accessed the chamber of divine strategy. There was a businessman who was about to lose everything. His company was failing, his competitors were crushing him, and he was out of options. Then he came across a message like this, and one of the instructions was to create space for strategic silence. He was skeptical, but he was also desperate, so he obeyed. Every morning before he went to his office, he spent 30 minutes in silence, just listening. On the seventh day of this practice, an idea dropped into his spirit so clearly that he knew it was divine. It was a way to restructure his business model that he had never considered before. It seemed risky, but he knew in his spirit it was from God. He implemented the strategy, and within 6 months, his company went from the verge of bankruptcy to profitability. Within 2 years, he had become the market leader in his industry. That's what divine strategy does. Another woman had been trying to figure out how to transition from her 9-to-5 job into entrepreneurship, but she didn't know what business to start. She spent months researching, attending seminars, reading books, but nothing clicked. Then she created space for strategic silence. In one of those quiet moments, I showed her a need in her community that no one was addressing. I gave her a vision of how to meet that need in a way that would be both profitable and purposeful. She launched the business with minimal capital, and it took off immediately because it was birthed from divine strategy. Your strategies are waiting for you in the chamber. The ideas that will make you wealthy are already there, stored up with your name on them. The solutions to your current financial challenges are already prepared. The insights that will give you an unfair advantage in your field are ready to be downloaded. You have to access the chamber through quietness and listening. Type, "I receive divine strategy" in the comments right now. You're making a declaration that you're ready to operate beyond human wisdom and access heaven's intelligence. Sow your $100 Super Thanks seed as an act of honor for the strategies that are about to be revealed to you. When you honor the word, you position yourself to receive more of it. Share this message with 3 people who need divine strategy in their lives. Your obedience in sharing is going to unlock strategies you didn't even know you needed. And subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be releasing more teachings on how to access and implement divine strategies for every area of your life. The chamber of divine strategy is open. Enter with expectation. Enter with a listening ear. Enter knowing that one idea from God is about to change everything. Your season of human wisdom is over. Your season of divine intelligence has begun. The treasury of answered prayers. I need to show you something that's going to shift your entire perspective on prayer and provision. There's a place in the spirit realm called the treasury of answered prayers. This is where every prayer you've ever prayed about your finances has been stored. This is where all the blessings you've asked for are being held until the appointed time of release. This is where your breakthrough has been waiting for you to align yourself properly to receive it. Many people think that when they pray and don't see immediate results, it means I didn't hear them or I said no. But that's not how it works. Every sincere prayer you've ever prayed has been heard, recorded, and answered in the spirit realm. The issue is never whether I heard you. The issue is whether you're positioned to receive what I've already released. It's like having a package waiting at the post office, but never going to pick it up. The package is there. It has your name on it. It's been there all along. You just haven't claimed it. Tonight, I'm giving you the claim ticket to retrieve everything that's been stored in the treasury of answered prayers with your name on it. Every prayer you prayed last year about financial breakthrough, answered and waiting. Every prayer you prayed 5 years ago about debt cancellation, answered and waiting. Every prayer you prayed when you were at your lowest point, crying out for provision, answered and waiting. It's all there in the treasury, and tonight, you're going to learn how to make a withdrawal. The key to accessing the treasury of answered prayers is the key of thanksgiving. Most people make the mistake of only thanking me after they receive their breakthrough. But Kingdom Protocol requires you to thank me before you see the manifestation. You have to thank me for answered prayers while you're still in the situation that caused you to pray in the first place. This is called the sacrifice of praise, and it's one of the most powerful forces in the spirit realm. When you thank me in advance for what I've already released in the spirit, you're exercising faith that brings it from the invisible into the visible. When you praise me for financial breakthrough while you're still broke, you're creating a sound in the spirit realm that angels respond to. When you declare thanksgiving for provision while you're still in need, you're aligning yourself with the answer instead of the problem. I want you to start right now. I want you to thank me out loud for the financial breakthrough that's already yours. Say, "Thank you, God, for my debt cancellation. Thank you for the money that's on its way to me right now. Thank you for the doors of opportunity that are opening. Thank you for the divine connections that are being orchestrated. Thank you for the ideas that are about to make me wealthy. Thank you for the inheritance that's being released. Thank you for the supernatural multiplication that's happening in my finances." Do you feel what's happening in the spirit as you make those declarations? You're making a withdrawal from the treasury of answered prayers. Let me tell you about someone who accessed this treasury. There was a single mother who had been praying for years for a financial breakthrough. She was working 2 jobs, barely making ends meet, and couldn't see any way out of her situation. She had prayed so many times that she was starting to lose hope. Then she learned about the principle of thanksgiving before manifestation. She started thanking God every day for the breakthrough she couldn't yet see. At first, it felt awkward because her circumstances hadn't changed, but she persisted in thanksgiving. She thanked God while paying bills she couldn't afford. She thanked God while eating ramen noodles for the 3rd night in a row. She thanked God while wearing clothes that were worn out. And something shifted in the spirit realm. Within 30 days, she received a promotion she wasn't even expecting. Within 60 days, she received a call from a lawyer about an inheritance from a distant relative she barely knew. Within 90 days, her income had tripled, and she was completely debt-free. The treasury of answered prayers opened because she accessed it with the key of thanksgiving. Your answered prayers are in the treasury right now. Everything you've been asking for, crying about, pleading for, it's all there waiting for you. The money you need is there. The opportunity you've been praying for is there. The breakthrough you've been believing for is there. Tonight is the night you make your withdrawal. Tonight is the night you claim what's been stored with your name on it. Type, "I claim my answered prayers," in the comments. That's your claim ticket. That's your declaration of faith that what you've prayed for is already yours. Sow your $100 Super Thanks seed as an act of thanksgiving for what's about to manifest. Don't wait until you see it to thank me. Thank me now, and watch how quickly it shows up. Share this message with 3 people who have been praying and waiting for breakthrough. Your obedience is going to release their breakthrough too. And subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be teaching you more about how to access everything that's been stored up for you in the spirit realm. The treasury of answered prayers is open. Your name is being called. Your package is ready. Go to the window and make your withdrawal. Everything you've prayed for is about to manifest in your life. Your season of waiting is over. Your season of receiving has begun. The fortress of financial protection. There's one aspect of wealth that people rarely talk about, but it's absolutely critical to your long-term prosperity. It's not just about making money, it's about keeping money. It's not just about getting breakthrough, it's about sustaining breakthrough. And that's why I want to show you the fortress of financial protection. This is a spiritual stronghold that guards your wealth from every force that would try to steal it, diminish it, or destroy it. You need to understand that the moment you start experiencing financial breakthrough, you become a target. The enemy doesn't care when you're broke. He's got you exactly where he wants you. But the moment you start rising financially, the moment you start walking in prosperity, the moment you start operating in abundance, he's going to launch attacks against your finances. He's going to try to create emergencies that drain your resources. He's going to try to tempt you into foolish decisions that waste your money. He's going to try to surround you with people who manipulate you into bad investment. But I didn't bring you this far to let the enemy steal what I've given you. That's why the fortress of financial protection exists. Inside this fortress, your wealth is guarded by angelic forces. Inside this fortress, the devourer is rebuked and cannot touch your resources. Inside this fortress, your money multiplies safely without being subject to market crashes, economic downturns, or personal crises. The key to entering the fortress of financial protection is the key of wisdom. You have to have more than just money. You have to have the wisdom to manage money. You have to have the discernment to recognize bad opportunities disguised as good ones. You have to have the discipline to say no to things that would drain your resources. You have to have the knowledge to invest wisely, save strategically, and spend purposefully. This is where many people fail. They get a financial breakthrough, and then they lose it all because they didn't have the wisdom to protect it. They get a large sum of money and blow it on things that depreciate in value instead of investing in things that appreciate. They get promoted and increase their lifestyle to match their income instead of increasing their savings and investment. They get blessed and then surround themselves with people who drain them financially instead of building a team that helps them multiply their wealth. I'm downloading financial wisdom into your spirit right now. I'm teaching you how to be a good steward of the wealth that's coming to you. I'm showing you how to build walls of protection around your resources so that what I give you, you keep and multiply. Listen carefully to these principles because they're going to save you from mistakes that could cost you everything. First principle of financial protection: never make major financial decisions when you're emotional. Whether you're excited, depressed, angry, or euphoric, emotions cloud judgment. The enemy knows this, so he tries to get you to make financial decisions when you're emotionally charged. Wait until you're calm, pray, seek counsel, and then decide. Second principle: always have multiple streams of income. Don't depend on one source for all your provision. If all your eggs are in one basket and that basket breaks, you lose everything. Diversify your income sources so that if one stream dries up, others are still flowing. Third principle: live below your means, not at your means. Just because you can afford something doesn't mean you should buy it. The difference between your income and your expenses is where wealth is built. If you spend everything you make You'll never build wealth, no matter how much you earn. Fourth principle, invest for the long term, not just for the short term. Quick money schemes usually lead to quick losses. Sustainable wealth is built through patient, strategic investments that compound over time. Fifth principle, guard yourself from people who only show up when you have money. The fortress of financial protection includes protecting yourself from users, manipulators, and leeches who disguise themselves as friends or family, but are really just after your resources. Sixth principle, always honor God with the first fruits of your increase. Don't wait to see if you'll have enough left over. Give to God first, and trust that He'll multiply what remains. These principles are the walls of your fortress. Build them strong, maintain them consistently, and you'll find that the wealth I give you not only comes, but stays and multiplies. Type, "I enter the fortress of protection" in the comments. You're declaring that you're not just pursuing wealth, you're pursuing protected, sustained, multiplied wealth that blesses generations. Sow your $100 Super Thanks seed as an act of honoring the principle of first fruits. When you give to God first, you're building a wall of protection around everything else you have. Share this message with 3 people who need to learn these protection principles. Your obedience could save someone from financial disaster. And subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be teaching more about financial stewardship, protection, and multiplication. The fortress of financial protection is open. Enter it, build your walls, guard your resources, and watch as everything I give you not only arrives, but stays and multiplies beyond your wildest expectation. Your season of financial vulnerability is over. Your season of protected prosperity has begun. Final declaration. Your wealth and freedom are sealed. We've journeyed together through 10 powerful revelations tonight. You've received keys that most people will search for their entire lives and never find. You've been shown doors that most people will stand in front of, but never walk through. You've been given access to places in the spirit realm that most people don't even know exist. And now, it's time to seal everything that's been released over your life tonight. I want you to understand that this wasn't a random message that you stumbled across. This was a divine appointment orchestrated by heaven because your time for breakthrough has come. Everything you've read tonight has been depositing spiritual codes into your spirit that are already beginning to activate provision, prosperity, and abundance in your life. The angels of wealth have been dispatched. The doors of opportunity have been opened. The pathways to your financial freedom have been cleared. And now, all that remains is for you to walk in what's been released. Make this final declaration with me right now. Say it out loud with faith and conviction. I receive the keys to my wealth and freedom. I walk through every door that heaven has opened for me. I claim every blessing that's been stored in the treasury with my name on it. I access the vault of supernatural multiplication. I receive divine strategies that make me wealthy. I enter the fortress of financial protection. My season of lack is over. My season of abundance has begun. Every word spoken over my finances tonight is sealed in the name of Jesus. No weapon formed against my prosperity shall prosper. The devourer is rebuked from my life. Wealth and riches are in my house, and my righteousness endures forever. I am blessed going in and blessed going out. I am the head and not the tail. I am above only and not beneath. This is my moment. This is my time. This is my breakthrough, and I receive it now in Jesus' mighty name. Do you feel that? That's the shift happening in the spirit realm right now. That's the angels responding to your declaration. That's heaven aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities to bring about the manifestation of everything I've spoken over your life tonight. Your financial reality is changing right now, in this very moment. What you couldn't see an hour ago, you're going to see in the days and weeks ahead. What seemed impossible before you read this message is about to become your testimony. Now I need you to do 4 final things to seal this word completely. First, type "It is done" in the comment. When you make that declaration, you're agreeing with heaven that everything spoken over your life tonight is settled, sealed, and done. It's not something you're hoping for, it's something that's already accomplished in the spirit and about to manifest in the natural. Second, sow your $100 Super Thanks seed one final time if you haven't already. I know I've asked throughout this message, and that's because this seed is critical to your breakthrough. This isn't just a donation. This is a seed that's going into the most fertile ground you could possibly find, and it's going to produce a harvest that will astound you. Don't let this moment pass without planting your seed. Your seed is your participation in your own miracle. Third, share this entire message with 3 specific people right now. Not just anyone, 3 specific people who God is bringing to your mind right now. One of them might be going through the exact same financial struggle you've been experiencing. Another might be on the verge of giving up on their financial dreams. The third might be the person who introduces you to your next big opportunity. Your obedience in sharing this message is going to bless them and bless you at the same time. Fourth, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single message. This isn't the last revelation heaven is going to release through this channel. I'm going to be dropping more teachings about wealth, prosperity, divine strategies, supernatural multiplication, and financial breakthrough. Every video is a key. Every message is a door. Every word is an activation. You need to stay connected to this flow because your breakthrough is not a one-time event. It's a lifestyle you're stepping into. Let me pray over you one final time before we close. Father, I thank you for every person who has read this message from beginning to end. I thank you that they didn't give up. They didn't get distracted. They stayed focused on your word. And because of their faithfulness to receive this word, I'm asking you to release everything you promised tonight. Release the keys to their wealth and freedom. Open every door of opportunity. Cancel every debt. Break every financial limitation. Send divine connections. Download divine strategies. Activate supernatural multiplication. Protect their wealth from every attack of the enemy. And let this be the beginning of a financial turnaround so dramatic, so undeniable, so miraculous, that everyone who knows their story will know that only you could have done this. Let their testimony become a weapon that destroys doubt in others. Let their breakthrough become a catalyst for generational wealth. We seal this prayer. We seal this word. We seal this moment in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Your wealth and freedom have been delivered tonight, just as the title promised. The keys are in your hands. The doors are open. The angels are working. The breakthrough is on its way. All you have to do now is walk in faith, act in obedience, and watch as everything shifts in your favor. This is not the end. This is the beginning of the most prosperous season of your life. Welcome to your new financial reality. Welcome to wealth. Welcome to freedom. Welcome to abundance. This is your time, and nothing can stop what God has started in your life tonight.